Hey folks, Professor Johnson here. Welcome to Fashion Merchandising 60 Textiles. I'm excited that you're here. This is the first of many videos that you will see in this module. This video is just about what to expect for the week. We're going to go over this when we see each other in class. Hopefully you're watching this before Tuesday and you have an idea of what to expect. If not, if it's after Tuesday, you've heard this already, but I still want you to watch this video, okay? It's really important that you watch this video, okay? All right, so you're here at Textiles. I'm assuming you're a fashion major, either merchandising and design. Happy to have you, and you will definitely have me for more classes if it's the first thing that you've had with me, okay? So this video is just what to expect, so what a normal week is gonna look like, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about the difference of this class, okay? I'm gonna start there. This class is going to be different than probably any of the other classes that you will take this semester, in part because I am part of a group of faculty that are testing out a new modality, a new method of teaching, okay? So this class is what is known as an ICON class. And ICON stands for IC, in class, ON, online. So ICON, in class and online. So you will have the option to attend some of your class sessions virtually in live, right? So your classes so far that have been online, they've been what is called asynchronous. So the instructor just records a video, you watch the video at whenever you like, in lieu of lectures, right? So for this class, the lectures will be delivered in two methods. You'll still get that. You'll still get the recorded videos, recorded lectures that you have to watch. And then we come to class, right? So we come to class Tuesday from 9:30 to 10:45 a.m. But for select class meetings, you can either come to class or you can view the live lecture online via Zoom, okay? So there are some parameters, right? So it's not every class that you can attend that way, but I think if memory serves me, about half, so this is an 18-week class, about half of the class, you have the option to either come to class face-to-face or via Zoom, okay? So now you're probably like, Professor Johnson, why can't we just have all of the lectures live via Zoom? And we can't do that because this class is, it has a lot of activities. It's activity-oriented, right? It's a tactile class. We're gonna be touching and feeling textiles and doing some fun tests. We'll be doing some textile evaluations. So we'll be looking at fabrics. We'll be doing some burn tests. We're gonna get to set some stuff on fire. We'll do some weaving and coloring things. So there's some activities that you can't miss. They're just activities that can't be done from your home. I'm not gonna let you ask you to set stuff on fire at home. I want to do it in a controlled environment for you. So you will have to come to class for some of the class meetings. The syllabus lays all of those out, which ones will be mandatory face-to-face and which ones you will have the option to attend via Zoom. But it's on the syllabus, and then each week I'll remind you, okay? But to start this class, the first 4 class sessions, we are going to be face-to-face. I think it's really important that we also build community and get to know each other. So all those things are important. So the first 4 class sessions will just be laying the groundwork. Those class sessions, you will have to come to class, okay? You have to be face-to-face. However, I will always record the lectures and put them up via Zoom, just in case, you had some questions in the notes, you just want to have fun with us again, online. You'll be able to view those, okay? So now that you know the modality for this class, this ICON thing, it's very different. There are only about 20 instructors that are offering, sorry, my eye is itchy. There are only about 20 instructors that are offering classes in this session. So I'm gonna be honest, don't ask your other instructors if they can do that. If you have a face-to-face class, you will have to go to class on the class meeting days, okay? Also, I had already set this class up as a hybrid class, so we only have to meet 1 day a week. So if you have other face-to-face classes, you may be meeting twice a week, and it's very unlikely, unless you selected the class, that you will have the option to attend class live via Zoom, okay? But talk to your instructors, okay? All right, so let's dive in. Textiles, we're going to learn how to develop your ability as expert to identify textiles. I wore something very, I don't want to say dramatic, but with a lot of texture on it too. So it's a woven, it has some embellishments on it. So I wore something a little bit textile heavy today. And I make it a point to try to, whatever textile we're talking about, to wear that fiber, that fabric when we're in class, so you guys get to see some other stuff too, okay? So you'll be learning how to, I have some notes down here, so you see me looking down, to develop your expertise, right? So textiles is also known as fabric science. So we will be learning some fabric science. Actually, I have a book back here literally called Fabric Science. It's not what we use, but you will be learning a lot of science in this class. So a lot of technical. It's a highly technical course. There are a lot of definitions that you'll learn in the class. There's a lot of tactile stuff, but here's the great part. Even though there's a lot of definitions, the definitions, we'll be laying the groundwork with these definitions, and then we'll talk about these technical terms with every fabric that we use going forward. So we'll learn about luster and hand and drape, and so we'll learn that about that with every textile we'll use, and we'll also learn about weaves with every textile, and not this kind of weave. We'll learn about weave. Actually, this ain't no weave. This is my real hair. We'll also learn about weave, so how things are woven as well with every fabric. So like I said, this class is very hands-on, and I'm being deliberate on the days that we meet face-to-face, that those will be the days that we do stuff, right? So we won't just be sitting and lecturing. For the most part, we'll be doing stuff. There's one or two classes where you'll get a lecture, but for the most part, we will be doing something on the days that we are face-to-face, okay? So please make sure you go through the syllabus, and you will get more details there, okay? So what to expect every week. So what is every week gonna look like? So we meet on Tuesdays, with the exception of this first module, the first week of class. Your modules will open on Wednesdays, okay? So we meet on Tuesdays, and then the stuff for the next week will open on Wednesday. So why do I do that? You have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, before we come to class again on Tuesday to talk about what you've viewed online, okay? So I really am front loading you, so when we come to class that we are, it's not me lecturing, it's us having a conversation, right? So you're talking about what you know, I'm giving more emphasis, and then we're doing the activities, okay? So all of those things are really important. So every week, your modules will open on Wednesday. You will have an assigned reading to do, a discussion board, assigned reading, a lecture, a discussion board to complete. And your initial post is due before we come to class on Tuesday, and then your final post is due by Tuesday when we're here in class. You will review the lecture, and you may have another activity depending on the week. So you may have a quiz or a critical thinking activity, and then at some point, at 2 points in the semester, you have a midterm. Actually, they're called midterm and finals, but they're really exam 1 and exam 2. They're not cumulative. And then we have a project that we do, a project and a presentation that we do at the end of the semester, okay? So one of the things I want to talk about quickly, because I don't want this video to be too long, I want to talk about our textbooks, okay? And we use 2 textbooks for this class. Actually, they're the same book, same title, just different pieces, right? So Fabric or Fashion, the complete guide, is really the book that you do your reading out of, okay? So it's pretty magazine style. So even though it's a thicker book, it's probably 50-50 text and images. So every fabric, every module we have, you will have an assigned reading that you have to do out of Fabric or Fashion, okay? Unlike many of the other classes in the fashion department, this is a textbook that you actually have to buy. But this book is, I want to say $40 on Amazon. I'll look that up while I'm recording this video. The bookstore does have it. I hate to say it. I don't know why every semester they run out of the book. So, in all honesty, it may be faster for you to get the book, to order the book on Amazon. I'm also going to tell you not to rent this book, because it is a resource that you want to use throughout your career as a fashion industry expert. Sorry, I didn't type it in right. Maybe it's fabric. So I'm doing 2 things at once. I'm recording the video and I'm looking the book up on Amazon. Yes, this book on Amazon is, it's only $29.99. It's on sale right now. So it's $40 regular, but it's $29.99 on Amazon right now, okay? So that's the first book. So that's where all your reading is going to be. The other book that we're going to use is the companion to that book. It's Fabric for Fashion, the swatch book. So this is where we're going to do all of our tactile stuff. Wait, let me I got some extra stuff, in the book. This is the swatch book that we're going to be using. Okay, and this swatch book is great because it has some of the yarns in it that we're going to be talking about, but we will be using all these swatches. This book has over 142 different fabrics in here. Sorry, mine's are all crunched up because I'm in and out of this book so often, and I pull stuff out. So there's a little bit of reading in this one as well, but more than anything, there's all the swatches, and I hate to say it, you can't see them as much because they're mostly cream. Let's go to color. Let's go to one where we're on the linen. I'm on the linens page. These are much more colorful. They tend to use a lot of cream fabrics in here, but we will be using these swatches on a regular basis. So when we get to class, when I talk about some of those tactile activities that we'll be doing in class, we will be pulling them out of the swatch book. And then there's some homework assignments that you have in the swatch book too. And then when we get to class, I have some other resources that we will be using too. So we'll be touching some other fibers. Like when we do a lot of our testing on fabrics, I don't want you to test on this one. That's why I have an alternative way that I give you that we touch and feel in class, okay? Really important. So let me tell you about this book though. There's two versions of this book. There's a first edition and a second edition. I prefer that you get the second edition because the second edition does have, the second edition has the yarns in it and the first edition doesn't. But if you get the first edition, we'll work it out in class. I actually have the first edition back over there too. And this book, so the swatch book on Amazon is $89.99. It's $135 normally, so that's probably what the bookstore is selling it for. So again, if you have funds, you have to use the bookstore, buy at the bookstore. If not, buy it on Amazon. Do not rent this book. Do not rent either of these books. These books are imperative for you to keep throughout your career, your collegiate career, whether it's you're just getting a certificate or 2-year, 4-year. Just as a designer, you should have some swatch books. Let me see how many I have over there. I think I have 5 over there now and a whole bunch of other swatches. So those things are really important, imperative that you have, okay? So get the textbook. Now, I did set the class up so that you don't need the textbook the first day. Actually, you don't need the textbook until really to the 3rd week of class. That gives you a little bit of time. I'm sorry, gives you a little bit of time to get the book. So in the meantime, I'll give you everything that you need in class, okay? So book. So every week, this is what every week is going to look like. Module's going to open on Wednesday, okay? When the module opens on Wednesday, you'll see some video like this talking about what we're going to talk about in that module. You will have your assigned reading that you need to do, view the online lecture that is there, start your discussion board, come to class, and get the live lecture. Either come to class, and for the weeks that you have the option to come to class or view online, do that. If you decide to view online, you don't have to tell me. Just log in at 9:30 online. And then if there's any activities or quizzes or exams for that week, make sure you take care of those, okay? So same scenario every week. And then I have a recap video, right? And like I said, the live lecture video I will post every Tuesday by 4 o'clock. So the day that the class is over, I will post it by 4 o'clock, okay? All right, this video was longer than I expected. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I said in there. So you have a whole host of things to do in this module. Dive on in, keep plugging away. If I haven't seen you in class, I look forward to it. If I've seen you in class, yay, you made it to the first class meeting, and it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this together. And on the other side of this, you're going to have a whole bunch of textile knowledge, okay? So I look forward to seeing you in class. See ya.